What do you want to say?
Oh, what do you want to talk about first? The flight? You want to talk about the flight?
Sure.
We got there way too early. And
3.5 hours way too early.
we breezed through TSA pre-check, and we breezed through security, and then we were there 4 hours early.
3.5.
And went and had something to eat, and went and sat down for a really long time, and got on the plane, and we had exit row seats, so we had plenty of leg room, which didn't help. I was super uncomfortable and couldn't lean back far enough, and my butt went numb, and it just sucked. It just was a long, sucky
sleep.
Well, we took off at 10 o'clock at night, so
couldn't sleep at all.
The overnight you're saving money thing is stupid. Don't do it. So I slept maybe half an hour on the plane, I think. Although you were watching me, but I was like doing everything I could, like try to look like I was sleeping, hoping I would fall asleep. But I just could not get comfortable.
I couldn't either.
So
hence me being a zombie when we got into town.
So that was the flight. So don't do it. Don't get the overnight flight because you're not going to sleep and it's just going to suck. So we got into London. I was a zombie. You were a zombie. We wandered. It seems like we walked, I don't know, 5 or 6 miles from where the plane let us off to where
which it was
passport control was, and
it was
a very nice Sikh gentleman went ahead and asked us a bunch of questions, which I don't think I answered accurately. I think I told her we were going to places that were nowhere
Somerset
close geographically.
He's like, that's not near Cornwall.
And yet it is, because we saw signs, I think.
Right.
But anyway, he was just trying to trip us up. Realized we had not had any sleep. So even that went, I mean, the line seemed really, really long, but I think we went through it in 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then
customs. Mm-hmm.
And then got completely confused as to where there were
Enterprise rent-a-car was.
There were counters for all the rental places, but they all pretty much just said, "Hey, get on a bus."
And it didn't have like proper signage where
weren't really clear.
It had arrows telling you where to go.
No, not clear on where the bus was. And so we wandered around the thing until we finally found.
Until you're right underneath it and go, oh, this is what they meant by number 7.
Yeah. So we went and got the rental car and got all the rental car insurance we could afford because we were so scared. And the guy, I think, probably scared us too. And he went on and on about this whole tire thing, like, oh, if there's bulges in your tires, you'll get charged for the whole tire and everything. I'm like, I've never made a bulge in a tire in my life. Why would I do so now? Well. And it didn't really hit us the first day. Okay, the first day we get on the expressway and we drive all the way from Heathrow out into Malvern, which was beautiful. And Beth fell asleep.
No, Beth passed out.
Beth passed out. I was passed out, but I was still driving.
Right.
And that was bad. That was not awesome. I was very...
what we should have done was just...
Gotten a room there.
The
night. That was a mistake.
Left the next morning.
That's the thing we learned. Don't fly overnight. And if you do fly overnight, get a room as soon as you land.
Because you'll be tired.
Because you'll be tired. I was exhausted.
And you don't want to... drive.
I was exhausted. I was on the wrong side of the car, on the wrong side of the... At least it was an expressway, so once I got on it, it wasn't that bad. So we somehow got to...
You got us there.
Malvern to our... were you driving by then?
No.
No, I was still driving.
I drove the second day.
Okay.
And from there forth.
And we got to Malvern. So day 2, well, I guess we'll... so Witch Inn.
Went to the Witch Inn.
And in Malvern.
Greater Malvern.
And beautiful.
Just gorgeous.
Beautiful view down into the Cotswolds.
Nice inn.
Beautiful old historic inn.
Fine room.
Good food. And everything we could ask for. Nice room with a great view. And we passed out. Yep. And then we had to get up at 9 o'clock the next morning to hurry up and check out, because we were only staying there that one night, And then we had to pack up all of our stuff and head out to
The Morgan factory.
the Morgan factory at 10 o'clock. So in my haste, I left a t-shirt behind. And then later on, I emailed them, and they're going to supposedly mail it to our
Last stop.
next to last stop. So we'll see if that happens. They were very nice about it. So we went on a Morgan factory tour. We found the factory with very little difficulty, and weren't sure where the guest gate was. We asked somebody, and they directed us. We watched like a half-hour Morgan movie. They asked who was a Morgan owner, and went through the factory. Very interesting, very historical, awesome place. A little short on the three-wheeler.
Very short.
Because the three-wheeler is only one of the, I don't know,
Buildings.
13 or 14 sheds they take you through. They take you through the building where they do the trim shop and the wood shop and the sheet metal shop and final assembly and final inspection where they have the big lights and everything. And here we're putting some three-wheelers together. While over here, I think it was like the last thing we went through. Maybe he had a tour behind him. We went about 3 feet into the three-wheeler shop. I filmed him doing a little talk about explaining what the three-wheeler was and everything else. And then we stepped outside the three-wheeler shop to look at a three-wheeler that was completed because all the cars in the three-wheeler shop were basically just frames with motors in them. Maybe because they're not in a state of final assembly. He thought there wasn't much interesting to look at there, and I kind of wanted to go to the end of that room where I know my car was assembled and take a picture. And next thing you know, hey, thanks.
You're done.
Thanks for coming.
So
12 pounds, whatever. To most other people, it probably would have been an adequate tour of the Morgan factory.
Mm-hmm.
So a little disappointing, but I have plenty of pictures of where my car was assembled. So
yes,
it doesn't really matter that much.
Through your spies.
It probably seems really through my spies. So it probably seems really short to me because that's mostly what I was interested in. So we hopped in a car again, and we drove 3.5 hours up to Port Mary, Wales, and we'll pick it up there.